Hey, what's up everybody? I'm the DIY guy. I'm going to talk today about how to grout, specifically how to grout the ceiling in the shower behind me. I also have a little area where the wall meets the shower base. There's kind of a gap there. I was going to put some caulk in that, but decided since I'm already going to be grouting the ceiling, which was a last minute decision to put the ceiling tile up, I'm going to grout along that edge too. So a couple things that you're going to need. First of all, you're going to need the grout. I've already grouted the walls behind me, so if you can kind of see, I'll try to get a close-up, but if you can see the different color, there's no grout in the ceiling, which is why it's darker. There's grout already in the walls. I'm going to be using this Polyblend sanded grout. Sanded because I'm at a 3/16 of an inch in my grout lines. On the floor, I actually had a 1/16 of an inch, so I used unsanded for that, which was a little bit different process in itself. But for this, I'm going to show you how to mix it and how to apply it. First thing you're going to do is make sure you clean the area really well. I'm going to get all this tape off behind me. I also put some floor cardboard down just so I don't drip on my mosaic tile that I already tiled. I don't really want to be cleaning grout off that for a second time. You're also going to need a rubber mallet or any kind of float, rubber float. I like these little handheld ones because I can mix it really good and apply it, and I can get in real tight areas with the smaller corners, and just generally it's easier to hold. So with that, let's get started and start mixing the grout and applying it. Okay, everything's prepped and ready. I cleared off the tape and any chunks of mortar behind me in the ceiling. I also covered the shower head so that doesn't get any grout on it. I've been mixing the grout for 5 minutes, let it sit for about 10 minutes. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do the flooring or around the shower base first, so I can actually get dirty and be able to move around on the base. Otherwise, once I do the ceiling, I might have some drips down there and I will undoubtedly be sitting in it, so I prefer not to do that. So let's get going.
So the biggest thing when working with this grout is it is kind of tricky. It's very much like working with sandy mud, and you just gotta get your hands dirty, get in there, get the grout to fit in. I had to actually bring in some light because I couldn't see very good, so turning on the light, just kind of wedging the grout down into these cracks was a little bit difficult and time consuming, so I won't bore you with the entire thing, but as you can see, just get the grout in there and then you're going to end up cleaning it off with a sponge. And you want a very, very lightly damp sponge, and you'll start wiping away some of that excess, and you'll be able to come and wipe away more excess when it starts to dry further, but really you want to get off as much as you can so it saves a headache down the road. You're going to want to swap out your water quite a bit because it's going to get dirty really quick. No sense in wiping dirty water back over it. And then it's onto the ceiling. And the ceiling was actually more difficult than I thought. The grout was very crumbly. I probably should have had it a little bit of a creamier consistency, so it kept falling all over the place. This tool, as much as I love it, was not the right tool, so I ended up switching to a larger rubber float, which worked better. The biggest step was just to get the grout in the cracks and then start working at 45-degree angles to get it to stay inside the grout lines. Once the grout was in, it didn't take long for it to start drying, so then it's time to get a very lightly damp sponge again and start cleaning it away. Just make sure you don't sponge inside the grout lines or you'll start to take out your grout. That's really just kind of a couple quick snapshots of what it took. It did take a long time, so by no means am I implying that this was an easy job or a quick job, but I didn't want you to have to sit through the whole thing, so hopefully this just gives you kind of an overview of what it was like.
And there, as you can see, behind me, everything in the ceiling is grouted. I also showed you the floor baseline of the shower pan that's been grouted as well. We wiped it off with clean sponges, got it nice and clean. We'll probably come back tomorrow and just re-wipe any haze that might be left over. And then the color will dry and match the rest of the grout, and everything will look great. And that's how you grout a ceiling when you have ceiling tile. Thanks for watching on DIY Guy. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.
Thanks for watching.